Smart people learn from their mistakes. Smarter people learn from other people's mistakes. The same can be said for successes. In this video, I'm going to tell you a few very successful side hustles, some of which I've engaged in and got more than $100 per hour. Yes, it's true. I know it sounds like, oh, here we go, another YouTube video I gotta skip past because he's saying a whole bunch of stuff that, no, this is actually what I did. When I graduated UCLA, I had no idea what to do for money, even though I had a bachelor's degree. These jobs, by the way, you can do them if you're coming straight out of high school, if you're in college, if you've graduated college, or you're just looking for some extra cash. Let's get into these side hustles that you can start today and start making some serious moolah.
I'm a lazy boy, all my money working for me. Chilling on the couch, what's on Rick and Morty?
Welcome to Funancialism, where we expand our wealth, growth, mindset. Time to break these side hustles down. Now, the first thing that you could be doing is becoming a Soundcloud rapper.
I might retire early with my stocks. When I retire early, buy some socks. Who are you? You an ugly dude. Joe Biden, Donald Trump had a baby, it will look like you. Subscribe to the channel and drop a like too.
Obviously, I'm just joking. Please don't do this. You might get paid one day, you might not. I don't know. So far, I haven't received a single dollar off of my raps, but maybe one day, maybe one day. But what I did do to charge my client $90 per hour was kids' parties. That's right. I was dressing up as Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, you name it. You name it. What song is that? And I was going into these parties, having a great time and jumping around in that costume for a couple of hours, getting paid solid money. So here's how you could get this job. You need to find folks who have costumes. Now, you could go for parties for kids. Just type that in. Usually, you'll see a sign that says, hey, you get $30 per hour. You get $40 per hour. But they're actually going to pay you more, or rather, you're going to get more in tips. Sometimes I would walk away with a tip that's $20 for an hour's work. Sometimes I'd walk away with a tip that's $100 for an hour's work. This all depends on what area you're going into, how great your performance was, and whether you primed your customer to actually give you a tip. On top of that, the agency is going to pay you $30 to $40, sometimes even $50, and I've heard of some agencies paying $60 if you're wearing a very difficult costume, such as Ninja Turtle. Oh my gosh, the Ninja Turtle is very, very difficult to be in. On top of that, I was collecting costumes for myself. I actually purchased a few for about $40 to $60 and started sending out my friends to parties. I sent a buddy to like 20 miles away. He went, he did it for me. I was at my 9-to-5 job during this time, and I let him keep $60 for his trip there, for his performance as a Red Power Ranger, and then of course he came back. I let him keep $60. He gave me the other $40 because I charged the family $100 for this experience for their child's party that they will never ever forget. Now, this job can be a little bit tough because you don't always get parties lined up. So it's up to you to actually advocate for yourself. If you're living in a big city, you can always wear your costume out in the streets and charge people for photographs. I know people in Hollywood who get $100 per hour on very busy touristy days. But outside of that, I wouldn't really count on those types of opportunities, and I would count on building your clientele. Once you have one or two kids' parties that you've done successfully, give your number out. Start investing in costumes, and before you know it, you not only have a side hustle, but a full-on business where you can control for your tips. What I would do is I would, on my phone, text the family before I was arriving, and I would let them know. Performers appreciate being tipped if you enjoy their performance. So that's something that I did, send out to every family and let them know, hey, I'm kind of sort of expecting to be tipped here on top of the payment. Now, another really awesome thing is sometimes a family will ask you to stay a little bit longer. How much did you charge? Me, I was doing at least $1 a minute. I'm already at the spot, so I would be accepting $60 for another hour. And sometimes people agreed and I would get that. At other times, I would charge even more. So there was one party where I went to, and I was, what are those yellow people called? Not the Simpsons, a minion. I was a minion and I was having a good time. All the kids were laughing. We're playing tug of war, taking pictures. I was there for 2 hours and I told this family 90 per hour. They agreed and they did pay the money up front. Always take the money up front. So I had that money in my shoe. This is not a scary story. Everything went well and I was leaving and they said, "Hey, hold on a second. You didn't get to do any tattoos or anything." I was like, "Oh, you know what? I was in my costume. I was a minion. I can't really do tattoos and face painting when I'm doing that." So they said, "Would you stay for another hour? We'll throw in another 90." I was like, "Yep, you got it. Another $90. Here we go." Put it in my pocket and blasted the music and started doing balloons and all sorts of face painting and stickers and tattoos for the kids. It was a great time and I made $270 in a 3-hour period. Now, of course, you have to consider expenses such as gas and travel time, right? Time wealth. That's something people don't think about. The studies say that the perfect commute to a job is about 20 minutes. If you're doing a job like this, you are getting paid more per hour, but you're usually there for less time. I love this type of job because all I had to do was work Saturday and Sunday, and basically I made up what someone who's doing minimum wage would do from Monday to Friday, standing in the same spot. And I'm not about standing in the same spot. I like traveling to different events. And I got some cardio in. Now, of course, that cardio kind of fizzled out because I would eat cake, I would eat pizza, and families would give me all that stuff. Now, another side hustle that you can do is actually niche down. Get into the specifics of some sort of quirky area of expertise and then help people with big Instagram followings create content. You can charge them anywhere from $20 to $30 per hour. Usually I see some folks, like some of my friends, are paying content creators about $25 an hour and they're just giving them about 20 hours of work per month. It is a great gig because you're working on your own time. They already pay you for those 20 hours, but if you could create enough content for them in a quick enough time, maybe, just maybe, you might charge them for 20 hours of work, but complete it in 18 hours, 17 hours, 15 hours. Of course, you need to make sure you have your contract signed and all of that. Hey, if I get this done early and you like it, can I just be done for the month? And most of the time you'll be like, yeah, work smart, not hard. Let's go. So that's another possibility. Now, in the finance field, that's mine. I do have friends, like I said, that have content creators help them out by creating, nice little post on Canva. You do need to master how to use Canva presentations, how to use Canva slides in general. You might need to know how to do Zoom so you could log in and help them out, switch slides or something like that if they're giving some sort of workshop and things like that. And of course, this also might build your name, which is more important than the money if you're trying to build an online presence. So not only are you getting $20 to $30 an hour, that person might also shout you out. Maybe you're in a different niche. Maybe you're a rapper. That SoundCloud rapper might need some help. Maybe you're doing clothes or brands, or you're into marketing or real estate. They might promote your name as you're helping them create content. You might build not just a worker relationship, but also a friendship, a bond, which usually happens with people that you work with, especially if you have chemistry. And someone who is paying you for their content, well, you probably are going to have some sort of chemistry at a certain point because you got to get into their head and learn how they think. Again, this is content creation. You can do this on Instagram. Just reach out to folks. Trust me, people with 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, 50,000 followers, they are reachable and they do need help with their content creation. I have friends who have 6-figure businesses that they've created off of Instagram. By the way, that'll be a whole video one day as well. They do have very little amount of followers compared to what you'd expect. Maybe 5,000, 4,000, 2,000, and they are making solid money off of Instagram. But that's not the side hustle. That's a full-on job. The side hustle would be helping them create content so they can focus on other projects and things like that. but that's an easy job getting started. You just need to know how Canva works, which is absolutely free. To watch some YouTube tutorials on Canva and you will have a great time. Now, speaking of niching down, I will give you guys one more side hustle that you can do. By niching down, you could pick a field. So, for example, you could be a tutor, right? Everyone's looking for tutors. There's a pandemic happening right now, and it's really tough to have a quality teacher. A lot of teachers are leaving their jobs because of private tutoring opportunities. There are families of wealth and with wealth, and they're paying really, really well. So what you can do is niche down in that community. For example, do you speak Spanish? Well, now you're in a niche inside of a niche. Do you have a specialty with children with autism or other developmental needs and of extra needs, right? You can niche down, and usually the nichier you are, you can charge more per hour for your services. Perhaps you could even zoom in, but ultimately I think a lot of these families are searching for someone in person. And yes, you might be straight out of high school and not really know what's going on. How could you niche down? You speak Spanish, right? You speak a language. You come from a certain neighborhood. You have a certain experience. Maybe you already got high SAT scores. You can tutor people on that, and niching down usually means you can charge more per hour because it's very tough to find someone exactly what you're looking for, and families will pay sometimes even $100 per hour during a 4-hour session to tutor their kids to get high scores on the SAT, and much, much more. This goes about getting into colleges and universities, so if you feel that's a skill set that you have, you can be making quite a bit of money just reaching out on Craigslist, getting the word out. And again, just like the parties for kids, with this type of tutoring and niching down, you could totally make bank and provide a fantastic service by just getting 1 or 2 families who will eventually spread the word. Now again, I do consider these side hustles because a lot of times you can't get that full-time labor. But if you do have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, or maybe you're an artist or some sort of creator and you need time wealth rather than monetary wealth, this is one way to make quicker money and basically get that bang for your buck for that time that you put in and still have time to create. So I hope this video helped you. That's 3 side hustles that most YouTubers don't really talk about. If you did enjoy this, please subscribe, please like and comment. I will say please every time because I truly appreciate it, and I respect you guys for even watching this type of content, trying to better your life. Now, don't make a mistake so someone else could learn off of it. I'll see you guys next time. Please enjoy these other videos over here. How to invest to $1 million in under 4 minutes. What are you doing here? Still here? Alright.